wanna feel your touch like ice, tracing all my scars. Why does it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so. Baby, every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. Frozen in my dream, I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so. Baby, every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold.
All I wanna do is circle round around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do need you, I do, I love you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you, I do, I love you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you. All I wanna do is circle round around you
Hello guys and welcome to the NSE Championship. We're here for the Championship bracket tonight for the quarter-final between Portsmouth Paladins and Sussex Hammerheads. It's a big game for the 3rd seed versus the 6th seed for that spot in the semi-final against Notts Trent. So I want to welcome to you my partner, Kilsink. Do you want to say hi?
Hello everybody, I'm excited to be with you all today to watch what is going to be probably, in my opinion, one of the strongest games we're going to actually see in this championship bracket.
Yep. Do you have a favourite? Do you think someone's going to be the favourite to take this one, or are you not sure?
I definitely think in terms of favourites, I think Portsmouth are probably going to take everybody's favourite spot, but I'm actually predicting a Sussex 4-3 here, because I do think they're going to take Portsmouth by surprise. I reckon they'll take the first 3 games. I reckon Portsmouth will come in with the attempted reverse sweep and not quite manage it on that final game.
Yeah, I think Sussex might start well, but I think Portsmouth are the strong team and the favourites, so I think they're going to be the ones that everybody's got the money on most likely. But obviously they have been without their strongest roster throughout some of this season, but they are all back together now and ready for the championship bracket. So
yeah, definitely, and obviously the winner of this one playing Nottingham Trent. That's a big match, especially since they've lost a player to not to COVID in the terms of death, but obviously he's flown back home, which means he's going to now be playing on a significantly higher ping than what he was. So whoever wins this might have a slightly easier route to the final than they would have had should they have been playing Lancashire.
yeah, definitely. For those of you who don't know, then Misty has flown back to Malaysia, so he will be playing on 200 ping from now on if he plays for the rest of the NSE. If not, they'll bring in their sub Roofy, but obviously that makes Notts Trent significantly weaker, so the winner of this game should be very confident in making it to the final.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll just have to see how Nottingham Trent can hold up against these two teams. I'm pretty sure they'll be watching just to see how they're going to be playing in this game and to see what their opponents are bringing to the table, because obviously coming into these last few matches now, every team doesn't want to make that risk. Every team doesn't really want to take the chance on their oppositions, because they know full well that all of the players are capable of really punishing any mistakes that are made in these games.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some really high ranked players, and if you make mistakes, you will get punished.
Yeah, you definitely will indeed.
Right, I think we should just about be ready to get in game.
Yeah, ready to go if the teams are ready. And with that, the teams have joined, and we're going to be kicking off. TJ facing off against Geordie for the kickoff, going in favour of Geordie, trying to get the block on, not able to. Distan just pushing it off over to the side, looking to try and make a play into the centre, and we're looking for an early play here from Sussex, not really able to develop anything. Psycho happy to just clear it well upfield, trying to get that challenge on TJX early, not able to do so. TJX looking to take control of the ball. Esper there though, coming in, getting a pass into the centre, no one really there. Geordie going for the block, not really making much of that play.
Yeah, not a bad start from Sussex to be fair, and then Portsmouth came back the other way, but both teams I think for the first minute will just feel each other out. I don't think we'll see a mega early goal unless we get a double commit like that from Portsmouth, leaving them open.
Yeah, and that's a big double commit. It's unfortunate TJX was positioned where he was, because it just dropped right onto his head. Obviously he's not got the boost to jump there and challenge it, so there's no one really there for the follow-up, which was a shame. It's the best opportunity that Sussex are going to get this early on.
Yeah, we'll see how Portsmouth do out of the defence here as Sussex keeping the pressure in their half. We're in a best of 7 on this one, guys, now into the championship bracket final, not best of 5 anymore like league play, because there's a lot more to play for going forward.
And Esper trying to go for that corner, not able to get it. Fish just letting it go over him. Geordie coming in with the challenge, not really getting the ball to anybody. Psycho and Esper both up there, and that's a massive misplay, but fortunately Esper landing on the roof of TJX, meaning that he can't capitalise on that play. And we're just going to see Portsmouth happy to just clear it out there. Struggling a little bit on defence, it was looking like.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Portsmouth defence looking a bit sloppy at the minute, just a little bit unorganised. Maybe just need to get the comms going a bit more, and maybe they've not practiced or got enough warm-up in, but they should hopefully sort out these problems in the next minute or so, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely, and Psycho looking to push it over into the corner. TJ, it's going to challenge, not really doing much with it, looking to get a redirect, not able to. That was a dangerous play there from Sussex. Geordie with a great 50 on Fisk, trying to get another 50 onto TJX, instead opting to steal that boost. Esper looking to just take a simple shot on target. Geordie will look to take this up the wall and hopefully get it mid. Psycho's there waiting, but Fisk just beating him out there. Esper
Finally
it wide.
pressure.
Oh, just not able to get that shot on there. Geordie just popping it over one, trying to play it into the centre. Nobody there for him again, though, and this is a problem that the Portsmouth have been having at this early game. Passes into the centre and nobody there to follow up.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sussex just looking... Oh, and as I say that, Portsmouth get the opening goal. I can say Sussex just looking a little bit weaker. Starting to sort of break down a bit in the defence as Portsmouth were just starting to create something, and TJX couldn't get the block on that shot, and Distan no chance of saving that.
Yeah, and we're just talking about the fact that Portsmouth were getting off the passes and nobody's there to follow it. And the one time somebody's there to follow it, they score from it. And it just goes to show what they really need at the start of this match is the position in there, but it just hasn't been. And the one time it is, we see 1-0.
Yeah, pretty quick 1-0 then. 2 minutes left though, we'll see what happens from here, because I think Sussex have had still plenty of chances. A big demo comes out for Esper though, might shut down the offence for Sussex. Another double tap looking for TJX, not quite.
Yeah, and TJX almost putting it over the top of Psycho there, but Psycho obviously with the speed to go and get it. Pass into the centre, Distan there looking for the follow-up, does so, bottom left-hand corner. Fisk with a great pass into the corner. Psycho not positioned well enough there to get it into the corner, hoping that Esper's able to get the block on. He's not able to. Perfect positioning there from Distan, and we see a 1-1 game.
Yeah, two Portsmouth defenders in the same position in the net. Not ideal from Psycho, trying to get back and cover the net, wasn't he? But not quick enough, unfortunately. And I think we were expecting that. It was coming. Sussex had plenty of chances.
And we've just seen it again there. Esper passing it off into the centre, not able to find anybody there. Psycho just looking to play it up into the wall and into the middle again. And again, none of his teammate there. Esper with a quick follow, trying to beat out Distan, does so. Looking for the bump on goal, but nobody is following up again from Portsmouth. Great pass to Geordie. Off onto the backboard, but Distan will look to clear it quite easily.
Yeah, they finally seem to remedy those passes you were talking about earlier. They're starting to get people on the end of it. Geordie was in the box there to receive one. And the passes are looking to flow a bit better now for Portsmouth, and Sussex just struggling to get rid of the ball as Fiskes passes it back to Geordie again.
Yeah, and panicking on defence here from Sussex. Great save there from Distan. Geordie's just looking to pop it into the centre, passes it a little bit too far forward for Psycho. Psycho knowing he can't reach it, not opting to go. Good 50 there, allowing Esper to challenge it, but again, nobody in the midfield for Portsmouth following that one up, and we're just seeing it go back. Fist has opted to go for boost, but again, nobody following up for Portsmouth, so it's not really a danger.
Yeah, it was a bit. I think TJX and Fisk couldn't decide who was going for on the defence, but yeah, no follow up from Portsmouth. I'm really shocked. I don't know if they were low on boost or what, but it was a bit sloppy because wasting time like this, they've got to give him 3 chances away by just not pressuring.
Oh, and that's a miss there from Psycho. A little backflip. Esper there, happy to cover. Fisk looking for the pass infield. Not a great pass, quite high. TJX still opting to go for it. Not sure that was the best decision, and leaving his team a little bit difficult on defense now. Esper looking to put it middle, but both Psycho and Geordie are in their own half there. No one looking for a follow-up. I'm not sure if that's a lack of trust or what that is, really.
I don't know, I was watching Geordie at the time. Geordie had full boost, so he definitely could have pushed up and helped him out, so I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Psycho, sorry. Yes, Psycho had full boost, and I don't know why he didn't follow up, but just a bad rotation, I think.
Yeah, and as we count down to the final seconds, we are going to be looking to take this into overtime. Psycho looking to keep the pressure on for a little bit. Esper again looking to keep it in. He's going to look for a pass centre here, not able to get a great one. Fisk coming in with the 50. Psycho trying to keep it up again. We see a double commit, Geordie and Psycho. And Sussex happy to put the ball down there and take this into overtime.
Yeah, overtime game 1. I think a fair turnout for the first game at the minute. Both teams have been a little bit sloppy. Sussex in the defence especially, and Portsmouth not capitalising on those. So neither team deserving to be in the lead just yet.
No, definitely. I feel like a 1-1 game is reflective of how the two teams have been playing so far. Distan looking to put it onto the back ball. That's a bad clear by Esper. Fortunately, Geordie following that up, able to get a clear on it. Fisk looking to put it into the centre. Psycho there early. Hasn't got the boost to go for a double touch, but the opposition don't know that. Sussex fortunate there to be able to clear it. Psycho still with very limited boost, misses that, and gets demoed for his troubles. And that's a great pass into centre. Esper just managing to clear that and just taking some of that pressure off of Portsmouth for a short period of time, but it's gone straight back into centre. Esper's forced to try and jump up and clear that again.
Yeah, I did wonder why Psycho committed for that ball last man with no boost. Seemed a bit interesting, and then They tried to find the pass over to get it clear, but didn't trust in their teammates again with the passing, and one of them came to the net and just ignored the pass that could have got it clear, but they did eventually get it out of their own box. Psycho up for the aerial again. They're trying to get the pressure back on now, Portsmouth, but they did struggle for the last 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, definitely. Esper coming in there, trying to get the 50. Psycho's going to look to try and put it into the centre at some point, but Geordie's just turned away at the time he manages to do so. TJX just flicking it up, hoping one of his teammates there behind him, but they're not. Esper's just putting it onto the backboard. There's no real danger, though. Again, it's just being thrown up and into the middle with nobody there to pass in. As we say that, great pass to Geordie. Great 50 there from, I think it was TJX. But just managing to stop the play developing, because that could have been a really dangerous attack there.
Yeah, Geordie finally putting some pressure on, and Portsmouth looking a bit better in the attack, but now they're defending again. I don't know, I'm really not sure what's going on with these two teams. Neither of them look to have the sort of killer instinct that we come to expect from top 6 teams in NSE at the minute. As I say that, oh, over the top, and Fisk gets the goal to decide game 1.
And honestly, I feel like this is almost just... It just says everything about the game, really, wasn't it? It wasn't a great shot. It was on target, that's all it really needed to be. Esper not in a great position there. Really should have been saving that, especially with how well we know he can play. But it wasn't a great shot to finish the game, and to be honest, it wasn't the best performance in game 1 that I think we've seen from either of these two teams throughout the entirety of the season. We know they're both inconsistent at times, but this was just not the level we really expected to see from either team.
No, definitely not. It didn't feel like we were watching Sussex versus Portsmouth, to be honest with you. And yeah, like you say, it was a poor goal in terms of quality from one of these two teams to finish the game with that shot from Fisk. But Esper, yeah, you'd expect him to do better and save something like that, or at least have a teammate to cover him on the backboard. But nothing from Portsmouth defence, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, as we said before, we did say that we thought Sussex might take the early game, and they did. The entire way through that, I feel like Portsmouth's defence never really looked up to scratch. It never really looked like it was comfortable. And I think they're going to have some discussions about their rotations in defence, because we saw so many double commits coming out from both teams, really, that we just shouldn't expect to see at this level.
Yeah, maybe first game nerves, we'll see. I'm expecting a bit more in the second game, perhaps, and see that strong attack coming out from Portsmouth that we know that Psycho can get going. But you know, we'll have to see, because after that game, I'm not so sure. We might have a repeat of game 1.
Yeah, I really think both teams will be looking to start stronger. We might even see some more risky plays coming out, but as we start the second game, we do see kickoff going the way of Sussex. Esper just managing to pop it up there. Psycho's going to look to put it against the backboard, but Distan there for an easy clear, and Psycho's going to be left with 0 boost, trying to track back. They have got the demo on one of the players in defense, so this is going to be difficult. Great pass into centre. Fisk with a great shot. TJX with a great shot. Psycho just managing to clear that out. Fisk putting it back into the centre for what was almost an open goal. Geordie just managing to clear. Nobody following up there for the Sussex team, and that could have been one of the best opportunities they've had at the start of this game too.
Yeah, really close. Psycho just bailed out his teammates, who were really in poor positions, to be honest, to deal with the Sussex attack, who still looking to put the pressure on Sussex now, maybe overextending a little bit, but seems like they're coming out all guns blazing in this second game.
Yeah, and it just goes to show the pressure that the championship bracket really puts on people. Both teams struggling a bit more than I think they normally would, but Fisk in the centre there getting a great 50. Looking to go up the wall, he realises Geordie's probably going to get it before him. Geordie not actually getting any sort of play there. Psycho coming in to bail him out. Psycho with a double touch onto the backboard. TJX putting it straight back into centre. And again, as we saw in the first game, no follow-up there from Portsmouth on what could have been an easy goal in this second game.
Yeah, TJX missed an easy front post save, didn't he? And then I think, was it Geordie and Esper looked level, and neither of them wanted to go for the ball. I think maybe miscommunication, and thought the other one would go for it, and they both just sat there and waited so long that they had time to recover and save it.
Yeah, definitely, and it was one of those situations where either player could have got it if they'd gone for it, and neither player did. And we're seeing here Esper trying to make a challenge there. Geordie popping it into the centre, but again, Psycho just a little bit too close to him, not really in a position to receive a pass. Fisk putting it centre, TJX looking for a 50. Geordie managing to stop that pressure building up. TJX looking to take it off the roof. Psycho, dangerous pass mid, but then it's gone to a great pass back to him from Geordie. Fix just clearing it off to the side for TJX just to take it back downfield and take that pressure off.
Yeah, it was a decent pass into mid, but it was a double commit again from Esper and Geordie in the defence to get the pass up to Psycho in the first place. So still don't think they've sorted out these issues yet. Portsmouth, they're still looking shaky, constantly in defence at the minute, just can't get the ball out.
Yeah, they really are. From such an incredible attacking team, you really do expect a lot more pressure coming out from Portsmouth. But maybe that's what we'll see in later games. We're not seeing it yet, and we're 2 minutes 30 in. But that's a great block there, and a great bump on Esper. Esper just managing to clear that out. Clearing it out to Fisto, looking to get another 50. And another 50, doesn't quite manage to get that second one. Geordie happy to clear it far and wide, hoping to get the 50 on Distan, does so, puts it just into the centre. Esper's there, doesn't quite beat out Fist, but it drops perfectly for Psycho. It's going to drop down. Can Distan get it? He can't. Psycho coming in, reading the play so perfectly, knowing it's going to drop down, manages just to beat out Distan. That's a phenomenal demo there from Geordie, really taking the pressure onto that Sussex defence. Sussex not able to clear it, and Psycho with that follow.
Yeah, it was a really nice goal, wasn't it, from Psycho. Distan just flipped. I think he might have been able to block it if he didn't flip so early for the Psycho shot. But if anyone was going to get the goal to put them in the lead, it was going to be Psycho. I think they rely a lot on his offense, and now he's finally on the scoreboard for this game. It's going to help his confidence and boost the team forward for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And with that first goal, we do see Portsmouth taking the lead, and it's looking like a good pass into centre. Nobody there to follow up just quickly enough. Fisk 3 boost, basically 0, just trying to defend. Good pass into centre there. Psycho left with a difficult read on that one, unfortunately. Distan in the middle, looking to get a shot, not able to. Just trying to bait out that defence from Portsmouth there, and Psycho happy just to try and get it clear and try and get a block on TJ. Doesn't manage it. Esper, not a great touch into that corner, but does recover quite well. Doesn't get the second hit, and he's going to leave his team in a difficult situation. Psycho obviously there just to get that easy clear for himself.
Yeah, they had a bit more time than I would have expected Portsmouth. I think Sussex stood off a bit too much when Esper missed that touch on the wall, but maybe they're just going to start putting some more pressure on now, as it looks to be they're trying to find the equaliser with a minute left.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great pass centre for Fisk, but just beaten out there by, I think it was Esper. Distan going to be left here to try and clear. Needs to pick up that 100 boost pad, does so. Psycho, not a great pass. We're seeing it put straight, high and wide. Psycho and Esper in the sort of same position right there, and we're seeing it quite a lot from this Portsmouth team, actually.
Yeah, constantly. I think, as unlikely as it sounds, it's usually Psycho that's been in the same place as one of his teammates, which is not what we expect. And I think we expect so much of him to carry this team that if he's not performing 100% like he might not be now, then they're struggling for sure.
And that was a great attempt at a pass there from Fisk. And it was good of Distan there just to try and get that block on, didn't manage it, and we are just going to see Psycho clear. And we're seeing a lot of pressure here coming out from Sussex. That was quite an unnecessary attempt at a bump there. He's taking himself out of the play. Great pass into centre, and Esper not able to get that touch. It was such a perfect pass, and what seemed to be quite an easy opportunity to score, didn't manage to do so, and we're still seeing it at 1-0.
Yeah, that had the game sealed, didn't it? But if Sussex don't get it out quickly, then they're going to be losing the game regardless. But I thought Esper would have closed it out, but doesn't look like it can make a difference unless Sussex can get a goal. They can't keep it up. That's unfortunate that Portsmouth take game 2.
Yeah, that was just quite a shame there, especially at the end. Sussex really had a perfect opportunity to try and get a goal on. And then right back up at the other end, Portsmouth had an easy chance to seal it at 2-0. Esper not quite able to reach it. Don't think he had the boost to actually get there in time. But nevertheless, one goal is all that separated both of these teams in both games so far. And based on how I've seen them play, I think this is how it's going to be for the whole series. Neither team really looking to pressure. The one goal they got was, I think, one of the first times we've seen all 3 Portsmouth players in the attacking third.
Yeah, but ironically enough, it wasn't really much help. Esper put the ball in, but it was mainly just a bit of solo play from Psycho, because Distan couldn't get the save, unfortunately. But yeah, his teammates didn't really do that much to help him. It's just a bit of individual brilliance. This is what we need at the minute to set this game apart, because really there's not much in it. And if one player can pop off or pull a nice goal out of the bag, it makes all the difference with the looks of it.
Yeah, and we're really not seeing many shots from either of these teams. 4 from Portsmouth, 5 from Sussex. And it's just not how they normally play. We're normally used to seeing quite a lot of shots on target from both of these teams, and both teams are just sitting passively.
Well, we start game 3 now, and hopefully we can get some more positive vibes going. That's definitely what we need under the current situation.
Definitely do. We really want to see some big plays coming out. Esper coming in early. Couple of twists and turns in there, not quite necessary. Distan able to get a big clear into the corner. Psycho's going to have a little bit of trouble dealing with this. TJ looking to get the pass into centre. Fisk knowing full well he can't afford to challenge that. That's a great decision there from Fisk. But a big clear from Geordie, puts it up to Esper. Esper trying to challenge, not able to do so. TJX getting his boost, trying to clear it out. Distan there for the follow, doesn't get it, and here's where we could be seeing some big risk. You really can't afford to be playing like this on defense against a team like Portsmouth.
Yeah, double commit as well on that front post, and Psycho, if that 50 had been a little bit better and a follow-up from Portsmouth a little bit quicker, they could have got a goal actually. It was poor again, like we said, from Sussex's defence. They need to get pushing out and get some goals scored because their defence is looking so leaky that Portsmouth could just score at any time.
Yeah, and as we just see there, Psycho looking to put it centre again. Geordie knowing full well he's not going to beat out TJX there, doesn't even try. Esper going for the attempted bump, and that's what worked last game, and it almost worked again this time. Geordie not opting to follow up there. He probably could have. He had Esper going back in defence. This time looking to try and get the 50, and we're going to be seeing TJX trying to fight against Psycho. Esper coming in with such a phenomenal save there. It was so necessary. If he hadn't made that, that is definitely the first goal, obviously, and it's just so pivotal that he makes that.
Yeah, finally it looks like the game is speeding up a little bit. It was a nice ball in from Sussex and a decent save from Esper, and it seems like the game is finally coming to life.
Yeah, and I think all it needed was just one team to start trying to put on some pressure for both teams to start trying to put on pressure. And we're seeing Psycho attempted to go for what I think was either just a little doink there or a flip reset. I'm not sure which one he was opting for, but it's looking like he's going to go in. Psycho not able to reach. Oh, he just managed to get it in time. But we're seeing some pressure going on both sides here. But we are seeing both Esper and Psycho in the same corner there, which is a bit risky. Psycho looking to get the read. Distan happy just to clear it off to the side, not allowing him to do so. But he's not really got a man in midfield, doesn't make the touch anyway. And Geordie looking to clear it out. Bad touch into TJX there. He's really put the pressure on his team. Fish just looking to clear it onto the backboard.
Psycho managed to get it clear then despite the demo having little vision. But yeah, I think he was going for that flip reset earlier and trying more shots now. Psycho finally putting some pressure on and trusting his teammates at the back to deal with the ball, and I think if he keeps this pressure on, he's going to get a goal for sure. It's got to be him next.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing Psycho going to the middle. He's got the boost for it. Geordie's just jumped up, not quite managed to make a touch, and it does mean that a good clear there could have really led to something, but Distan not able to get the clear, gets bumped twice. Does a backflip just to try and block Psycho. Psycho happy to try and put this middle in a second, and he does so. Esper's there, not able to get the follow-up quickly enough. Fish just clearing it. Distan looking to go off the backboard, just manages to get the read there, clears it off into his left-hand corner. Esper's there to follow up. He knows he's going into the corner, opts for the boost and a potential bump instead of actually going for the ball. Doesn't really leave his team much. Psycho looking to put it onto the back, and TJX there just for the easy clear.
Yeah, so much pressure right now for Portsmouth. Sussex just soaking it up nicely. Lack of boost maybe on one of the earlier attacks for Psycho was probably the difference between them scoring and unfortunately not scoring in the end, but Sussex finally getting out of their half for the first time in a while, I think.
Yeah, definitely, and they'll be happy to get out, but as we say that, Geordie coming in with such a pivotal save, and it's gone on to the sidewall. Psycho just managing to clear it. This time he's going to look to follow up before Psycho can get it. He gets a great 50. Fix not able to actually get back in time, and that 50 has led to the first goal here, and it is a great 50 there. What a great dunk. Fisk not prepared for that at all.
Yeah, nothing fancy from Psycho, but I think that's what the pressure creates. 6 shots now from Psycho, and eventually if you keep pressuring the team, keep pinning them down in that defense, the goal will come, and it has come finally.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a good 50 from Distan there, but he's not got the boost to follow up, and this is really risky because Fisk is also in their half. Fortunately, no play coming out from Psycho there. TJX just looking to clear it high and wide. Geordie popping it into the centre, and here's where we could see a problem. Psycho coming in just to bail him out. TJX is going to look for the centre pass, trying to find Distan a little bit too far forward. Opts to steal the 100 boost. He's going to look just to try and take a little bit of control of this because they are going to struggle if they can't get back in time. Distan, great recovery there just to clear it. Psycho looking to put it over. Not really anything damaging coming from that play right there. Geordie looking to get the 50, and Esper just passing it straight over to Fisk.
Yeah, I think they're just lacking that clinical edge, aren't they, Sussex up front? They have some pressure at times, but the shots are just a little bit too simple, or they put those balls into the middle, and like Distan couldn't reach it again. I've seen a few too many whiffs from Distan this game, surprisingly. I'm shocked that I'm saying that, but it has happened. I think he needs to step up and carry this Sussex team.
Yeah, definitely. And as you say that, another miss comes out. It was quite a difficult read for that one, so it's a little more understandable that he's missed that. But it does mean that the pressure is completely off of Portsmouth again, and we might just see the 1 goal separating them again.
Yeah, looks like it. 1 goal from Psycho, the difference again.
That's a potentially big miss from Esper, but a great challenge from Geordie. Distan's going to need to try and take control of this, so Psycho is looking to pressure him. And Esper looking to put it down. That's the second time he's looked to put it down and has not done so. Geordie coming in, backing him up, and just popping that straight on the floor, saying, I don't want this to continue.
Yeah, I just want to see a bit more from Sussex in the next game, a bit more up front. I just don't think that the passes have been quick enough. The team's just not really flowing as I'd expect from them. Not sure what you think, but yeah, I just think, yeah, they just need to keep piling that pressure on a bit more. They're stuck in the defence too much. Psycho, look, 7 shots, only 1 from Geordie and 1 from Esper. They're just not dealing with him at the other end, and that one pinch caused the goal.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, like we said in the last game, we expect these teams to have so many more shots than what they have been doing. And Psycho just answered with, okay, I'll put some shots on target then. They're not always great, but they don't need to be to go in sometimes. That dunk was so huge. It wasn't a great shot. I don't even think it was an attempted shot. It was just an attempt at blocking him. And it just works. And so far, both defenses have been quite poor. And I feel like these infield passes both teams have been trying and not really succeeding with. The minute some of these start clicking, we're going to see a lot more goals going in. But as of yet, every single infield pass that has been attempted really just hasn't worked.
Yeah, I think we've seen some of them from Sussex that are trying to get over, like that last one towards Distan, but just hit it too powerful, I think, and Distan just could not reach it. Not sure whether he whiffed it, ran out of boost or what, but I think they just need to keep it more simple. They're making the passes too difficult, when, to be honest, none of the defences, like we say, are doing that well, so some more simple passes and it's going to make some more opportunities.
Definitely, and we're seeing TJ, so we're seeing Psycho coming in with a great 50 again, but the pass into the centre, nobody is there. Geordie looking to pop it up, and Fisk missing that touch. Fortunately, Distan there, so quick on the recovery, just managing to clear. And that is risky. Geordie not putting it over TJX there. TJX managing to get a great block. Fisk using a little bit too much boost, I reckon, there. Just trying to make some sort of play, not able to do so. And we're seeing TJX trying to pass it off into the backboard, but passes it straight into Esper.
Yeah, unfortunately Esper had the backboard covered. It was nice though, Distan played it up to TJX on the wall, and the passing plays are coming out again. TJX into the middle to Distan, just not quite powerful enough on the shot as Psycho's coming the other way.
Yeah, and it almost feels like they heard us. Both teams now trying a couple of infield passes, not able to pull them off. Bad pass there from Fisk, not quite what he was hoping for, not as powerful as he was hoping for. And Distan not quite able to get anything. TJX, great backflip. Geordie not passing it to anybody there, really. Psycho happy just to stay in the backfield, and that is really somewhere we don't often see Psycho sitting.
Yeah, I think Esper was chasing the ball, and I think Geordie did try to get it down to him, but Esper had 0 boost. And a miss in the defence, it's gone straight through TJX, I think that was.
Yeah, this is just not great. There isn't really much we need to say about this. It's not a good shot. It's not a good save. I don't think there's too much we can say. It's a simple on target. TJX definitely will be disappointed with himself there, so we'll just move on from that play and just continue.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be wanting to watch that one again later for definite, but Portsmouth will take it. I'm sure they're not complaining. A back pass here looking towards Geordie on the backboard, not quite. Psycho, last man at the back again, like you said.
Yeah, he really is, and I suppose that's just because they've started to play mildly aggressive but still defensive, because I mean, having Psycho on your backfield is still like having 3 men back in defense. So really, I think he's capable of doing that, and he's willing to. He's taking the boost now, he's looking to pass it centre, and I've no doubt after this he'll look just to go back and just make sure that he's blocking.
Yeah, it was a nice pass in. He's finally looking for his teammates again, like we said last game, as he looks to push out again off the backboard, putting some more pressure onto Sussex despite having no boost.
And that was a good 50 centre there. Geordie not really needing to challenge that. Not sure that was the best decision. It's great 50 passing it into centre. Fisk not risking challenging Psycho for that ball. Probably the better decision there. Psycho did have the better angle, and this could be great. But a bad follow-up, unfortunately, there from Fisk doesn't quite lead to a goal, and it was a great pass. No real defence there as well. You do expect teams to be scoring from positions like that.
Yeah, it was a really close backboard just off the bar as Distan's looking to fake the 2 coming in, tried to bump Geordie, didn't work. But yeah, we've heard from the EURC, which I missed personally, that Portsmouth did struggle with some backboard reads, and they nearly conceded from that one there. Luckily, Geordie just got across to cover it.
Yeah, I think it's one. Oh, this is just as I was about to talk about it. We'll talk about the goal instead. Esper, great 50 there on Fist. Distan not quite able to put it past Esper, doesn't quite recover well enough. Nobody back in the defence there for Sussex, and Geordie again with quite a simple goal with no real defence.
Yeah, TJX looked like he was going up for the backboard or something. I don't know if he didn't see the shot coming, but he didn't look as if he was driving away from the play towards the corner. The boost pad wasn't up if he was going for that, but so I'm not sure where he was going, but that's the second thing that he's probably missed in defence that he's not going to be happy about. It's gone in again from Psycho.
And this time, I would probably say this is probably a better shot, just because Psycho can see all of the players are out of the play. And I think he has actually opted to go for this shot, knowing full well that the boost level of the Sussex team there is going to be low. TJX not expecting the shot. It comes through, and all three Sussex players in the same area. Psycho just looking to put it on target, saying, well, we've put two more on target this game, and they've both gone in, so let's try a third. And it worked absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, definitely. This is way better from Portsmouth. They're finally putting pressure on, constantly capitalising on these mistakes from Sussex's defence that we're seeing repeatedly now, to be fair. And for TJX especially, this is a game he's not going to want to watch back later tonight because it's not been the greatest defensive performance, but hopefully he can remedy it in the next game.
Yeah, and they've still got obviously a lot of time to fix this. It is the best of 7. So he's got time. That's a great bump coming in from Esper, but unfortunately, in doing so, he's put himself in the way of Psycho's shot, and it's gone straight back off of him, I think, and straight into the opposition's net. It did get a touch from TJX, but nevertheless, so unfortunate. It was a great idea from Esper that has just led to an opposition goal.
Yeah, I think a little bit too excited. We talked about the pressure, but maybe slightly overcommitting with the team. But TJX is the man who's got the goal back, so maybe he's heard me about the defensive mistakes. And Geordie's come off the wall and put it in again over the top of Fisk.
I think Fisk here decided, you know, TJX, we've got to take a little bit of pressure off. Defensive coming out from you. Let me make one. And it's just I think the game was pretty much sealed up at 3-0 anyway. There's still a lot of time left, obviously, but the way these two teams have been playing, Portsmouth have just been the better team this game. And Fisk not able to beat anything out. Psycho going for a great block off of the ceiling there. And we are seeing the ball go straight into centre.
Yeah, the stats now fully reflect the way that this game's played out. It's Psycho at the back. But it's Geordie who's had all the pressure on now this game with 7 shots and a hat-trick for himself for Portsmouth. Finally making his name known as Esper gets the backboard read and puts it in 5-1, and Portsmouth fully in control of this game now.
Yeah, and this one is actually an absolutely phenomenal pass here from Psycho. And it is a great shot from Esper. Esper slowing down, backflipping, knowing full well it's going to take all of the speed out of the ball. Distan going way too fast to be able to save it. And it's actually a really great goal.
Yeah, definitely. It was a quick read and a nice ball in the end. But now we're definitely seeing that just a bit of pressure and Portsmouth finally taking their chances, and this leaky Sussex defence is a shambles at the minute. They're just goals coming in left, right and centre, which we just don't expect to see. Little shots off the wall. I mean, that last goal was nice, but some of the ones before were very poor.
Yeah, and I think even if we were to take the good goals that have been scored by Portsmouth, obviously they'd still be leading. But nevertheless, like you say, we really do expect better from both teams. And that's a great infield pass there. Fisk not really putting any sort of pressure on. TJX needing to put it back into the middle. Fisk looking to challenge all three. Psycho, dangerous double commit there with Geordie. I think Geordie was the one in the wrong maybe, but nevertheless, I don't think they mind too much. They were going for a mid-air pinch there, trying to put it back into the opponent's goal. And we're seeing almost some freestyles coming out. Psycho trying to get a Cookseer pinch against the wall, hoping that he can just put some power into it and get the goal. Not able to, and we're seeing 5-1. And it was just a dominant performance.
Yeah, I think they were looking for a monster plays there or something. Psycho was dribbling it off the wall. I saw Geordie coming off the roof early, looking for that flip off the roof and get the ceiling shot. Just styling on the Sussex defence at the end of the game, but we've got to see a bit of time and a reset from Sussex, I think, because yeah, I don't know what's going on at the minute. They've got to settle their nerves because it's all over the place. Yeah,
definitely, and we've got Geordie with the 3 goals on that team, but from what I recall, all 3 goals were quite, we'll say, defensively questionable. Because I'm not entirely sure what the Sussex team was doing on all 3 goals. So, yeah, Geordie, all credit to you. You're going for the shots, definitely. I'll give you the credit for that. However, maybe switch up your shots a little bit more. We'd like to see something a bit more special from you. We know full well you're capable of doing it, so it'd be nice to see it. But we need to comment on those 14 shots from Portsmouth and only 6 from Sussex. And Sussex have had 5 in every game so far, with the exception of that one. And it's just, it's extremely questionable. We might have a bit of a problem here. Psycho joining the game a little bit too early. We might have a little bit of a wait potentially. We'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, we're missing a player, and because of that, Psycho set off the game too early. Oh, Distan does appear to now be with us, so we are going to get the next game underway.
And Fisk, good follow up there. Esper just shutting down any play that's going to come. It really doesn't want to give away this game. They know full well if they take this one, it is the series, and I'm pretty sure they'd like to do so just to make sure that there's no more pressure on them. Esper looking to get the clear. Jordy and Psycho here just happy to let Esper just chase this ball. Both of them just sitting back, not really worrying too much, and that's a bad midfield pass, unfortunately. Great pinch off of the wall, but Psycho there to cover, just clearing it out. Distan in the midfield, popping it straight back down to Esper.
Yeah, Distan's infield pass there looked closer to Esper than it did his teammate. I'm not sure who he was aiming for, but they, hopefully that's just a minor blip and not something of things to come as they get a demo in the defence, and Portsmouth putting more pressure on Sussex again.
And TJ with a risky hit into his own corner there. Looked like he'd passed it straight into Psycho. Fortunately, Distan there with the covering, able to get the save on Esper. Just looking to pinch it down. Psycho's going to look to put it back straight into Esper. Esper off onto the sidewall, but there's no follow-up there from any of the Portsmouth team, and that could have been a really great opportunity to have a fantastic team goal.
Yeah, it was, but Psycho got back to cover the save, but Geordie was looking to cut out the pass on the way forward from Sussex, but just didn't manage to get there. But yeah, Psycho covered the defence off. But again, there's no pressure on this ball after the clear from Esper. Geordie just sitting there in the corner waiting, and Psycho in the net. Not sure what's going on from the Portsmouth defence here.
Yeah, no pressure at all. And TJX put that straight into the corner to neither of his teammates. He knew where they both were, neither of them were there. Geordie coming in there though, good 50. Esper easy clear, but again just clearing it straight to Distan. No real knowledge of where his teammates are there, no real purpose to that hit. Psycho faking out Fisk perfectly, trying to give it to Geordie. Geordie trying to pass it back into Psycho, not able to. Esper with a great 50 in the middle, but nobody following up. Fisk able to take a little bit of control on this, trying to get a flick, does fake one, tries to get the bump on Psycho, doesn't manage it, and Geordie with the bump on to Fisk, but just clearing the ball in doing so.
Oh, and Esper comes and reads the wall shot and puts it in to put Portsmouth in the lead. Can't believe that bit against the run of play, I'd feel. I think Sussex were finally looking to have a solid attack going for the first 2 minutes, and Esper's just come and met that ball really early, and nobody up from Sussex, completely uncontested.
Yeah, definitely against the run of play, but like we said earlier in this series, all it needed was some good infield passes for the teams to be pulled apart, and Psycho does exactly that. First infield pass that they do, which is really good, and Esper scores from it, and it just goes to show how important they are in games like this.
Oh, I thought Distan was going to put that one away. Esper's not got the clear either, but Psycho's just about managed it. Geordie, another whiff, and Sussex with the pressure on again as Distan's going up for the backboard read. Does dunk it down and gets the double touch, and Sussex straight back in this one.
And that is an absolutely incredible double touch right there. It was a bad pass into the centre, and it was a great read from Distan though. Distan putting it high just over Geordie, just over Psycho. Psycho not able to get the defence there. Gets a great double touch, puts it straight into the back of the net. We're seeing 1-1, and this is probably the first time we've seen Sussex with an actually strong defensive play.
Yeah, really good goal as well, definitely, yeah. I think they're looking so much better. I think they deserve, if either team deserves to be in the lead right now, it's Sussex, and that equalising goal was definitely deserving of their performance so far, but Portsmouth need to start putting some pressure on, because like we said, just the 3 of them sat in the net, no one going for the ball.
Yeah, and Psycho now starting to creep up a little bit more, knowing that they're not in the lead anymore, and that's a bad hit there from Distan. Fortunately, TJX on the recovery, managing to clear it. Psycho looking to put it on target, doesn't manage to do so, puts it just over the net, but nobody following. Geordie with the backboard hit, Fisk managing to read that, and it's gone perfectly. Great to TJX, and here's Psycho's going to have a bit of a problem here. Fortunately, Geordie just coming in to bail him out. Yeah,
that was a really difficult read. Psycho not quite further enough back to make the backboard in time, and Geordie really nice save to cover off. But Sussex again, look, more pressure coming on. TJX trying to put it into the middle. Fisk first man up, but Geordie just about blocks it.
Yeah, and that was a great pass to centre, but not quite able to get in touch. Jordy just happy to dribble it back up. TJX looking to get a clear. Jordy again looking to dump it over, and he does so. Esper not able to get it on target. Distan on the sidewall looking to get a big clear out. And Psycho not with the greatest of touches there. He's going to risk being 50'd. He does get 50. Jordy happy to clear that. And that's quite fortunate. That's the second misplay I think we've seen from Psycho this game, and it's quite a rarity actually to see.
Yeah, Geordie there both times to back him up though. Luckily, it's what you want in a teammate, and they're trying to find a counter attack on onto Sussex, but Sussex just about dealt with it. TJX got a really poor touch there, gave it away to Esper. Fisk's trying to delay with no boost and give his teammates some time.
Yeah, and this is where you run the risk, because all of that Portsmouth team currently have boosts, and that's a great hit there from the Psycho pass. That could have been a fantastic goal. Great defense though from Sussex coming out. We haven't really seen it much recently. Their defense has been very questionable, and it's just nice to see them actually not make that mistake. Distan with a hit up into the corner. No real purpose to that hit though. Uses all of his boost to do it. Now is looking to try and get back on defense. Psycho with 0 boost, still managing to somehow keep a hold of the ball. Distan looking to clear it over into Fist. Fist with a great shot, not able to get it on target. Esper just missing. TJ is looking to put it back into centre. Nobody's there. Esper happy to take it onto his roof. Flicks it a little bit too early in my opinion. Doesn't really do much with that. Almost looks as if they're happy to take it to overtime. Fisk looking to pop it left. Psycho, Geordie's going to look to try and find somebody in the centre. Nobody's really there at the moment. The ball is dropping straight down. Overtime in this game 5.
Yeah, game was finally starting to speed up there when it last 30 seconds. The ball was really pinging between either side, but Sussex have got to get a win here because Portsmouth are on match point. It's really important that they make use of what's probably been the better performance of the two teams this game if they can find a winning goal.
Yeah, definitely. And Distan just clearing it over to TJX now. Looking to take it high and wide. Esper with the challenge passes it straight into Fisk though. Fisk not reading that as well as he'd have liked to. I don't think he had the boost to actually contest it. Decides to drop straight back down. And TJX clearing it over Esper. Now Fisk has got the boost to read. It's going to be dropping down quite heavily. TJX with a drop just over Geordie, managing to put it into the goal, and we're seeing a 3-2 in the series. Fisk with a great read there. We spoke about it earlier. He didn't quite manage to get the read on the first one. Did that time. Great pass down to TJX. Neither of the Portsmouth defenders able to get hit on that, and we're just seeing that go 2-1, 3-2 in the games to Portsmouth, and Sussex stand a fighting chance.
Yeah, for the third time, Psycho just couldn't get the block, could he? Couldn't get the save to get it away, and this time Geordie was not there to cover him off as he was the first 2 times, and TJX was a really slow ball, a P-roller if anything, but nobody was there to pick it out, and Sussex do keep the series alive now, and I think well deserved, to be honest.
Yeah, and it just came from a miss off of the sidewall, a pop just over Geordie. Psycho knowing he did not have the boost to catch that. He barely even tried at the end. He just knew it had been beaten. They knew that they'd lost that game, and I think at that point they were just happy to say, right, that's fine. We're still 1 game up on them. If we win this one, we're through, we're finished, we don't have to think about it. But Sussex now, they'll have the momentum from that game, and they'll really be looking forward to going into this one because, like you say, they did look like the stronger team. We see a total of 10 shots coming out in comparison to Portsmouth's 7, and that is massive. Portsmouth have been dominating them for shots most games except for this one.
Yeah, we saw dominant shots from Psycho in the earlier game, and then the same for Geordie, but nobody really looking to get as many shots from Portsmouth. It was more distributed with a couple of shots each, and Esper actually took the MVP for most points on the Portsmouth team, which is the first time we've seen that, I believe, tonight. So we need Geordie or Psycho then to step up and put some more pressure on Sussex in, because at the minute there's just nothing happening for Portsmouth.
Yeah, we definitely do, and as we start off with seeing play go, the momentum of Sussex. Fish just dropping it into the centre. No one able to follow that one up. Psycho not going for the ball there. That's a questionable decision. He really had the time. Although he didn't have the boost, he could have got it quite easily. Didn't left it to his teammate Fisk. Happy to clear this one out though.
Yeah, Portsmouth starting early looking for a demo to try and find a way through, which, like you said for them earlier, has worked. Geordie just gets across to cover that off from Distan, and Psycho there again this time with another good save. And Portsmouth defence under some pressure but looking strong.
Yeah, and Psycho there may be a questionable challenge on that one. Not quite trusting his teammates as you'd expect him to. And a great fake there. And Fisk is going to be on this one-on-one. Tries to get a 50 with Geordie. Doesn't manage to. TJ is going to look to put it into the centre for Distan. Doesn't actually. Opts for the shot instead. Probably not the best decision he's made there. Distan looking to find TJX on that wall, doesn't manage to do so. TJX now out of the play, 0 boost from Esper, so Fisk will be able to challenge this quite easily. Jordy needing to clear it, not able to do so, clears it straight into the path of Distan. Distan needs to get a good pass in centre here, doesn't, misses the ball completely, and Cycle with a great 50.
Yeah, Sussex with all the pressure now, tries to get it back into middle, but TJX just gets beaten by Geordie. Looking to continue where they left off in last game. I just want to see a few more passes out. Like Fisk opted for a simple shot where a pass could have been all the difference to break down the Portsmouth defence. So, but yeah, Sussex looking much stronger again in this game.
Yeah, and still credit to them, they've still been going for a lot more passes in this game than they did in the first couple. And that's really the difference between Sussex, but it's this defence. That exact shot from Psycho was pretty much what went in I think it was maybe game 4, and it's just nice to see now that they've reset themselves mentally on defense, not panicking as much and just getting those important clears out.
Yeah, TJX especially has finally looked like he's found his feet. Oh, he does get dunked though, as I say that, by Esper. Just rushed out for the save, hit it straight into Esper, who's coming in to put some pressure on for Portsmouth, but the pressure is back as we see as Esper gets the dunk.
Yeah, that's definitely an unfortunate play there from TJX. TJX panicking a little bit too much, should be playing it into his own corner, doesn't opt to do so, looks to play it outfield. Esper just jumping, hoping he can get some sort of block, and it does so, and able to take this 1-goal lead so far. And we're seeing
Sussex
Fisk
trying to pass it
coming
out
in
then.
here. Yeah, Fisk coming in here, and Sussex are going to be looking at playing, but again, Esper trying to make the fast play. Psycho on the wall there, Distan trying to get the 50, a bit risky there. TJX seeing where he is, not a great pass to him though, pass straight over to Geordie. Fisk needing to put it into his own corner, Esper just clipping it over. Psycho managing to get a 50 out, not really making much with that play though. Distan popping it into the side wall, and Geordie just being able to read that quite easily.
Yeah, Sussex early pressure looks like it's gone, and Portsmouth are starting to take over after that goal that went in favour of them from the Esper dunk, which we said it happened earlier as well, that Sussex had control and Portsmouth somehow found the first goal, and after that it seems to have given them some momentum and they're pushing forward, and Sussex again looking like a double commit, and all 3 players in the same position on the defence and not looking particularly comfortable.
Yeah, that was definitely a questionable play, and again TJX really looking like he's panicking a little bit. Didn't need to do that. It's ended up coming in their favour. A great pass through to Distan. Distan pre-jumping, not being able to get it. TJX with a follow-up, managing to put it just over that defence. And that was the first time we've seen all 3 players of any of these teams really making any kind of team play. So great pass right there from Fisk to Distan. Distan managing to free-flip, doesn't quite get it on target, pops it just low, left-hand wall, passing it straight into the path of TJX. TJX following that up. Great goal, great team play.
Yeah, I think Distan will be wishing he got that one on target, but it didn't matter in the end. TJX was the hurdles calling him out because he's straight back and put a goal in to give him a bit of confidence going forward in the rest of this game with 1:50 left.
And TJX with a great pass down, Fisk with a great pass up, and nobody there for the follow-up, knowing full well Psycho is on the backboard, so there's no real chance of them beating out that last defender there. TJX looking to go high, just blocking that backboard, doesn't do so. Psycho dropping it just underneath him, and that was a questionable decision. He should have gone a little bit earlier here to challenge that ball, doesn't do so, allows Psycho for the shot. He's got the whole goal to aim for, aims just below TJX, and there is no chance of saving that one. 2-1 to Portsmouth, 1:34 remaining.
Yeah, really fast ball. It's a difficult bounce though to deal with, and I think TJX on the backboard was going to leave it for Fisk, but they probably communicated that one a little bit too late. But Psycho, he's not going to mess around, getting flying in to finish that one, didn't he?
Yeah, Psycho knowing there's no real danger of him challenging that early. If he hits it, great. If he misses, doesn't matter. He can get back on defence in time. He's got 2 players back, but fortunately he manages to get that goal. And we're just seeing Sussex trying to pile on the pressure now. They really need to. They know they haven't got much time left, and that's a great 50 there from Distan, but nobody following up from Sussex. You wonder if they have no boost or what it is, but great 50 again from Fisk there. TJX trying to be fast, Geordie coming in, making sure it doesn't go into their area. They can't afford it, and he's going to look to pass it centre, but Esper was following up. That's a miscommunication, but fortunately works out for them. Geordie has passed it over to Psycho there. Could have left it for Esper, it would have still been a goal, but passing it to Psycho. Fisk really shouldn't be risking playing those kind of plays against Psycho. Should just be looking to get a clean 50. Doesn't do so. Tries to pop it left of him. Doesn't manage it. Psycho with a great read on him. Popping it into the corner. 3-1. 47 seconds left. And you wonder if this is the series.
Yeah, it's looking like it, isn't it? It was a really weird decision from Fisk and Distan, both pushing the ball, and I'm surprised neither of them managed to get something on Psycho's shot. But Sussex looking to come the other way, but just straight across the goal line and not getting anywhere near going in at the minute.
Yeah, somebody needed to be in that centre there. They only have 25 seconds. I don't quite think they realise this is the final game, because I'm still not seeing much of a push. Geordie managing to get that read from Fisk there, but again, we're not really seeing any passes coming in. Distan wasting a bit of possession there. Geordie looking to go for the 50, and Fisk also looking to go for 50, getting faked out there by Geordie. And this is 7 seconds, 6, 5, and we're going to be seeing the game going to Portsmouth, and that will be the series. It will be 4-2. And Esper with the final second goal, not needed at all. Geordie onto the backboard, TJX not managing to clear it, Esper dropping it just under the crossbar. This time trying his hardest to get that, doesn't quite manage to, and we're seeing Portsmouth win that series 4-2. They will progress to play Nottingham Trent.
Yeah, Portsmouth took comfortably in the end. It was struggle at the start, and yeah, the start of that game as well, they looked a bit shaky, but eventually they just overcame the difficulties, didn't they? Sussex always looked sharp out of the block, but later on, I don't know, Portsmouth seemed to get their act together and sort things out. But yeah, Portsmouth will go on to face Notts Trent now, which is a really solid performance from them in the end. I'd say the first few games, like we said, was a bit disappointing, a bit sloppy from both teams, but they'll have to iron that out against Notts Trent for sure. But that team potentially missing Misty, or having him with some internet issues, might be a problem.
Yeah, but I think the way that Portsmouth played today, they're going to have to up their game, because even with a 200 ping Misty, Nottingham Trent are going to absolutely tear them apart if they continue to play like that. They can't afford to be making some of the misses that they're making. They definitely cannot afford to be double committing in the way they are, because players like Instinct will just come in, they will demo you, they will take you out of the game, and you will be left defenderless.
Yeah, I think Portsmouth probably will know that they didn't have the best performance. I think they'll be going over this one over the next few days to make sure that it doesn't happen against Notts Trent in the future. But yeah, they saw it out in the end. I think Sussex had a chance at one point. I have to say that I'm happy my prediction was 4-2 and got it bang on. I'm not sure about you, Killsync.
I think mine was I think mine was a little bit more unrealistic. However, I was looking to see an underdog win. They didn't quite manage to pull it out, unfortunately, but nevertheless, the next game they play will be absolutely incredible. You've got some fantastic opportunities for some great goals. We all know what Johnny's capable of when he's passed to by Mystic and Instinct. When they both pass to him, he's able to read most things off of that backboard. If the defense on that backboard doesn't improve from Portsmouth, they are going to struggle. It is going to be an absolute goal fest.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good game in it for sure. And on Tuesday we have the other big game as well, Warwick and UWE. But don't go anywhere, guys. We might have finished the game for this stream, but Tylacto's podcast is coming up straight after. So if the stream does drop off when we finish talking, it will be straight back up for Tylacto's podcast. So you stick around and they will discuss that UWE Warwick game, and then the one we've just played, and of course the Notts Trent Portsmouth game coming up as well.
Yeah, definitely. So as he said, stick around. But that's myself signing off for today, Killsync, and I think Astral will still be with us for some of the podcast at least. But for now, thank you very much for tuning into those games, and do stick around.
My heart, don't wanna feel your touch like ice tracing on my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unfolding.